Hi, and welcome to Strap a Watch. I'm Michael Knapp with Michael Knapp Leather. Today's episode, we're going to be doing a few different things. One of them is, this is my son-in-law's Christopher Ward Trident Mark III. I bought for him for a while back, a dive watch. And as in the case with a lot of watches you get new, the bracelet was a little bit too long. And so you're going to see me remove a couple links and put everything back together for him. I also had made him this Chromexcel Leather Strap, and it has a deployment clasp. We're going to showcase some of this, and also we're going to see some of the watches in my personal watch collection. So stick around after the intro and we'll get right into it. Okay, as I said, we're going to go through some of the watches in my watch collection, and this is my son-in-law's Trident Mark III that I was talking about, and it's pretty smudged up. So that's his watch. I have the exact same watch, only mine is in 40 millimeters, and I made this strap for myself. And then his is in 38, so it's the exact same watch, just in a different size. And mine too came with a bracelet. And the bracelets on a Christopher Ward watch are actually pretty cool. All of them today. It wasn't like this in the past, but all of them today are quick release. And most of the watch straps that I make for folks are quick release. It's a very popular thing today. That way you can interchange watch straps and have one watch become multiple watches. It's pretty cool. So depending on, your attire for that day, if you're wearing, blue slacks with maybe tan leather shoes and a tan belt, something like this. This is another Christopher Ward watch of mine. It's the GMT. And I made this alligator skin strap for that. I have some of that alligator skin right down here just to be able to show you. So these were cut out down here, and I got a lot left of this color, and I have a few other colors as well. So anyways, back to this watch. What I'm going to do is take the quick releases. I can try and do this on camera. There we go. Just pops off. There's squeeze releases on the bracelets. So you just squeeze and it pops right off. So here's the bracelet. I had already removed one link, and we then sized it. He came over earlier this evening with our granddaughter, and I tried to resize them, and it was still a little bit too big for them. So we're going to see me and the way that I do this with just some really basic tools that I got, how you can take out a link. Okay, and again, if you're not comfortable with this, please take it to a jeweler, a watch repair shop, a watchmaker. A little coffee. So I got this, I actually got this on Amazon, Easy Tools. All right, there's all kinds. And so I open it up. I've used this kit a lot. And they come with different size pins, because what you're wanting to do is get the pin remover tool out, which is this. And this is a pretty cheapy one. And you're probably going to need also a little hammer, a little steel or rubber mallet hammer. And what you need to do is get everything lined up very well. So I had already taken one, let me open this clasp up. Yeah, I had taken one from this side. So we're going to take one from this side, okay? And what you need to do make sure you have the right size pin for the pins that you have. And these are just friction pins, okay? So, yeah. And I'm going to remove this one right here. So what you need to do is get everything lined up as best you can. You don't want anything kind of moving around in there because you don't want to end up scratching the bracelet. And sometimes, you know, this too, a lot of them have these little risers, different size risers that go underneath the strap so you can get everything lined up. Well, this is such a cheap kit. It didn't come with it. My old kit did have it. Oh, and I wish this kit had it. But this is a cheapo kit. I don't remember what I paid for this. I apologize. But so right there, you get everything lined up. There'll be some tension. And you just start screwing, and then it's starting to come out the other side. I can see it right there, and you just go all the way through and then pull back out, and then there you go. So that's where this friction pin was being held in. It's not, there's no screws or anything like that. And then with this, you got to really give it a good pull. Sometimes you get it out far enough you can just use your fingers. But I'm gonna have to go off camera here because I'm pulling on it. And there we go. Okay, I just got it out. So this was inside there. And then there'll be this little tube. So this pin in the middle here of right there. I don't know how well you guys can see all this because I'm by myself today. I don't have anybody on the camera to help zoom in and out. But this friction tube fits into this, or pin fits into this tube. There's a little notch, and that's what kind of holds it better in place. So you need to save all this stuff, okay? And we've got to do one more, so, because we're removing a link, right? So he'll have 2 extra links. He's already got one. The watch came with one, which is pretty cool. Get all this stuff tidied up. There we go. Get my handy dandy tool out again. And I'm gonna get everything lined back up. Just like that. And you can see how it's coming through the other end. I don't know how well you guys can see that, but pull back. And there you go. So easy peasy. Again, I got to go off camera and pull this thing out. Okay, there we go. So there is the link. Where's my tube? Oh, right there. So there's my tube. We got to save this, okay? So this is the other link. Now we've removed 2 links, 1, 2. And we'll zip that up and give it back to Eric. And then it's really kind of the opposite, right? So we got to put the tube in here first. Just like this. Get it lined up. Get your pin back out. I think some people make more out of this than it actually is. It's really pretty easy. I mean, if you're mechanically inclined in any way, you can do this yourself. So I apologize because my hands are in the way. But what I'm going to be doing is taking this little hammer and tapping that through, and we want to get it about as flush as we can without scratching anything, and then we'll reuse the little pin tool, pin pusher, to get it in as best we can. You want it a little bit of an indentation on each side for the pin. So get it lined up, and so we're kind of bottomed out because it's on this other side. We got to make sure it's lined up. I can hear it. There we go. And it just went all the way through. And now you just stick it back in your pin pusher. And with a little, just a little push, nothing big. Just a little push. Just like that. So it's a little bit of an indentation on each side. Okay? And that is done. That is absolutely done. I'm going to get my gloves on. And I'm going to polish this up a little bit for Eric along with the watch. And I'm going to put the leather strap back on. He asked me not to put this back on. He knows it'll be sized. Because these, I'll tell you, Christopher Ward's done a really pretty outstanding job. You know, and I see a lot of even YouTubers have given Christopher Ward, the company, the brand, the watchmaker, a lot of guff, and I don't understand why. It's a newer micro brand. Yes, I understand that. It doesn't have the heritage of, you know, the big names that are out there, and you know, I have some of the big names. I have, you know, this is my Rolex Mil Gauss, okay? And I love this watch. You know, this watch gets a lot of guff, and it's a Rolex, and it's amazing, you know. I am not a watch snob. I mean, you can see I've got a Citizen and a Timex in here, and a Seiko, SKX, and a Zin 556i. But this is my Omega Seamaster. I love this watch. I mean, this is, I wear this watch a lot. This and my Rolex I wear a lot. I absolutely love this watch. If I had the money at the time, would I have bought this or would I have bought a Submariner? Yeah, I would have bought a Submariner. I didn't have the money at the time. So, I mean, these watch snobs that bash all these, you know, watches, and if you don't own a Rolex, you know, you're crap. I mean, I hear just some really bad language about some of these people, and when they're dogging other YouTubers, I mean, come on. This is my Grand Seiko spring drive. It's model number SBGA 375 with the midnight blue dial, and we're going to be going into all these watches, well, not all of them, but most of them, in more depth as the channel progresses, and we're going to be seeing me hand making some fine designer watch straps for each of these watches. But this watch too, I absolutely love this watch. I don't know how well on camera you can see it, but that second hand just sweeps. And this is an automatic movement that has this quartz system that acts as a brake. And I'll go into more depth on that again, but this is some amazing technology right here in this watch. So anyways, let's get this watch tidied up for Eric. And I might need to take the gloves off to get this clasp back on. We'll see. But all of my straps, okay, so this is my strap that I made for Eric, right? And there's my logo right there, Michael Knapp Leather. And this is out of Chromexcel Leather with a deployment clasp again. So these things are fantastic because you can just, you put this end in first, you get it on the bottom, create a little bit of tension, and pull down on the little slider. I got these gloves on, so it's making it tough. Get it in there, and it pops in place just like that. And then the same thing with the other side. So get it in there, get it on the bottom, push up a little bit of tension, and boom. Now you just got this watch all nice. So he's ready to go, just like that. He's got his bracelet sized perfectly for him. This deployment clasp works really great. So the way that works is, you know, you get it on, and it snaps just like kind of like a bracelet, and it puts a lot less stress. What puts a lot of stress on a leather watch strap is this right here. So I have this strap on. What happens is, and this is my Orient, so it's a little cheap watch, but it's kind of a thrashing watch, right? It's my little Orient watch. Love this little guy. He's just a thrasher. So what happens is when you're putting on a watch strap, right? Let me get my gloves off here. I don't care if this watch gets smudged up. It's called the Bambino. I think it's the Bambino too. But and that's what you want to do. When you're putting on a strap, you want to push up like this. I haven't made a watch strap for this yet. This came with this strap. So that's what you want to do. And then what happens is, see the stress from bending it right here? All right, I mean, that puts a lot of stress on the leather. And over time, that's what causes it to fail. So there's my little Orient. But I hope you got something out of this little episode. And I really thank you for joining me today. If you like the content and what you're seeing, this is just kind of the beginning of things. Please subscribe and like and share these videos and hit the notification bell so that you receive notifications when the next video comes out. And these should be coming out at least once a week. So again, thanks for joining me, and I'll see you all soon. Until then, keep on ticking.